from Pop Culture at That, here with Shabana Azeez talking about the Pit today. Great to meet you, Shabana, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So, to start things off, just when you initially found out that you were going to be playing this character, what kind of description did you get for her, and what did you maybe want to bring to the character that might not have been in the script initially to kind of make her your own?
Yeah, the script was like the brief was like she's brilliant, but nobody sees it yet, something like that. And I was so excited. I was so excited to be working with this team and on a script. It's such a good script. Like they're such good, dense, insane bodies of work. Like it's wild. And I was really excited to I was like, I'm gonna make her a bit awkward because I hadn't read later scripts. I'd only read one when I was cast.
Yep.
And then she turns out to be the most awkward, embarrassing little cringy girl in the world, which everybody on the internet's like so horrified by her. And her trying to answer Mateo all the time. So it turns out they saw that in me from the beginning and they wanted the awkwardness. But I thought I was really doing something.
And people they often overlook Dr. Javadi. I just think because of her age, even though she does have a lot of experience, has a lot of knowledge. What was it like to explore that element of her in season one?
Yes, totally agree. I think, yeah, she gets off on the wrong foot by fainting one time. And I think that I'm really excited for people to start taking her more seriously because I do think now, as the season's gone on, we've seen that she's got issues with blood. She's got, she's a lot younger. She's got these things she's working on, but she rises to the occasion at every turn. Like she tries her hardest. She works so hard. Um, and I hope that she gets a patient in season two. Like I hope that the hospital sort of learns to acknowledge her in that way.
Yeah, she does go from the first episode. We meet her, unfortunately, she has that moment where she does pass out, but then in episode 11, she's assisting with a major procedure that's going on. So, yeah, what was it like to kind of just go on that journey with her throughout the season and see her confidence rise as we kind of went with each episode?
It was amazing. It was so great because I think that it's obviously it's very intense show. It's very intense to shoot. There's a lot of medical things, and I didn't get the bulk of that medical stuff. I was very lucky. I didn't have to learn. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff, but I didn't end up doing too much as Javadi in terms of intubating and ultrasounding and e-fasts. Um, but I think that in the mass casualty particularly, there's blood everywhere, and she doesn't faint. Like I can't tell you how amazing I think that is. Because for somebody with her issues, to be in an emergency department, that is the win. To be in that place and just stay awake and stay alert is so huge. And then on top of that, she does all this great medicine and she saves so many lives and is still able to laterally think and problem solve. And I think that's really amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely a lot. I mean, everything that these doctors and nurses deal with, it's a lot. It takes a special person to be in those kind of situations. One of my favorite relationships in this first season is Dr. Javadi and Dr. McKay. And I think it's interesting because I think both of them get judged without people necessarily knowing like the whole story, their whole background. And so what was it like to work with Fiona and kind of develop that relationship and dynamic between your characters in season one?
Yeah, I think it's the perfect pairing, the two of them, because I think in so many ways, and I think for Javadi being mentored is so important and being mentored gently. I think her mum, you see how intense that relationship is and the amount of pressure and how unrelenting those standards are. And so for McKay to be gentle with Javadi when she loses it at an overbearing dad, or like I think it's a really important thing. And I think for young people as well, like mentors are so important. People who, and I feel like the people on this set were mentors for me, and I hope
Especially having
that,
someone like Noah.
yeah, yeah, he's like a massive mentor for me. And so how giving people can be, and I hope that the show and Fiona and my relationship in this show, McKay and Javadi's relationship, helps people see the value of like just taking somebody under your wing and helping them out and vice versa, listening and opening your mind and being okay to fail and being okay. Javadi's really, she fails constantly and she just gets back up and keeps trying.
And how, obviously, you guys go through a lot in this season one. You almost, as an audience member, you always almost kind of forget that this takes place in one day until you see that it says hour two, hour three, hour four. So there's a lot that happens here. How do you think this first shift and just all these different experiences, how has that changed Javadi by the time we get to the end of the season? And what has she learned from those experiences?
I mean, I think if Javadi comes back to the hospital, it will be an achievement. I think that this is so traumatizing in so many ways. And I think from day dot, I mean day dot, it is the first day, but from the first hour, she wasn't necessarily sure she wanted to continue being a doctor. I feel like she's been pressured to be a doctor her whole life. And she's now old enough to be like, wait, what do I want? What do I actually want? And I hope that she chooses medicine. And I hope we get to see that play out. And I hope that the show inspires a new generation of doctors who are committed and able to handle this chaos and the trauma of this. And I hope that we as a society also learn to like support doctors and nurses and healthcare workers in this situation because I just don't think there's enough support for what they go through.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, like I said, it definitely takes a special person to be in these situations and do the stuff that they do. It's given me a newfound respect for these guys. And I guess like in this first season, because again, you guys deal with a lot, but what was maybe one of the more challenging scenes for you to film, but maybe also on the other hand, a rewarding moment for you as an actor to film that scene as well?
Oh, I think all the Mateo stuff is challenging. Just because it's funny because it's not the medicine, but I think that the medicine was so set up for success because there's so many doctors and there's so many nurses and they're incredible. The doctors and nurses we have on set are so generous and so giving and so just experts and really, really incredible. But nobody was there to help me with asking a boy out 3 times in a row. And so, and definitely that's like, you know, um, also important that I this show is not about it's more about the medicine and like the healthcare system
Yeah,
than
for
it's
sure.
about the drama of these people's interpersonal relationships. But I think that we don't want to forget that the people going through these traumatic events, these people saving all these lives during these mass casualties, are also people who have crushes, who have parents, who have mentors, and like workplace bullies. Like I think that's important to like not lose the humanity of it. And I think the show does a really good job at balancing that. So you never forget that that Robbie has an ex-wife and that like these are people and that what they're going through. Like, would you be able to go through that and come out the other side and go back to work the next day? You know?
No, yeah, I think it's very important too, just because there's a lot of really heartbreaking moments in this season as well in the show that to have these moments that kind of make you sit back and laugh a little bit and be like, oh yeah, this is a person that I'm watching. The scene with you and Mateo where the one patient he says, I feel like I'm watching a rom-com when you're trying to ask that scene had me cracking up. One of my favorite moments
Oh,
from the first season.
oh God. He and that actor is so delightful and so funny. And we shot that on a Friday, I want to say. And then on Monday he came and he said, I was laughing about you all weekend.
And you're like, oh great.
Yeah.
Just to wrap things up for you, Shabana, you guys already got announced for a season two, which is awesome. It's always exciting when you get that early announcement that you guys will be coming back. So, what would you like to maybe explore with Dr. Javadi in season two? And is there anybody in the cast that you maybe didn't necessarily have either any scenes or a ton of scenes in this first season that you would like to get a chance to work with more in a season two?
Oh, I had the most fun with, I mean, everybody's delightful. But I was thinking about this where I feel like the two med students very rarely get to hang out because I guess we're assigned to different doctors. And I
Yep.
would love to explore more of what it's like to be the newest kid on the block in a place this scary and intense. And the stakes are so high for Whitaker and Javadi. And obviously, Whitaker really feels that more, I think, more than
Oh
Javadi
yeah.
does. But I love working with Gerran. I love that guy. We're also the two non-Americans, so that's
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, I'd love to work with Gerran more. He had me cracking up during it to the point of where I couldn't do some of our scenes. Um, and they had to cut around me laughing because he's so funny. I'd love to work with that guy more.
Well, I would definitely love to see more from that pairing. And again, Shabana, just want to say thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations. The first season has been amazing from what we've gotten to see so far, and I can't wait for season two. And yeah, thank you again. Just nice meeting you, and hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much. I love that your shirts match Pittsburgh colors. This is lovely.
I actually didn't even do that on purpose, so that's actually kind of funny.
That's so cute. I love
Thank you.
it. Thank you
Thank
for
you guys
chatting.
so much.